This is my favourite Spassky game. So it's from 1970 and Spassky, Boris Spassky, is playing Bent Larsen. Bent Larsen was a Danish player who was also one of the best in the world. So the game started with b3. Larsen was famous for playing this opening, of course, and Spassky responded in a very principled way. He just developed his pieces and took the centre. After e4, knight d4, and now Spassky attacks the knight and develops his bishop at the same time. Larsen decided to take on c6 to double black's pawns, but better would have actually been knight f5, because, as we'll see, these double pawns are not a bad thing at all. After d takes c6, this bishop can now come out, and when black castles queenside, the rook will be on d8 and the d file is already open, so this will be very strong for black. e3, bishop f5, strengthening this pawn. This advanced pawn is not a weakness at all. It's well protected and it's restricting white a lot. Queen c2, queen e7, adding another protector to the pawn and preparing to castle. Bishop e2 and Spassky castles. Spassky has just got a great position out the opening. It just shows how these double pawns are not bad, and yeah, the rooks are connected, everything's developed. A really successful opening. And here, Larsen actually makes a really bad move. This is the mistake that probably lost the game. Larsen played f4, which is shocking because now white's king is just so vulnerable. Like, this diagonal is just, yeah, so dangerous. Spassky took advantage of this immediately and played knight g4. Now the queen is threatening to come to h4 and white simply cannot allow that. That's why Larsen played g3 to stop queen h4. And now Spassky played h5 with a simple plan of just going h4. Larsen here played h3 to try and get rid of that knight because that knight's in a great position. However, Spassky just ignored it. He went h4 straight away and sacrificed the knight. So Spassky took on g3 and Larsen went rook g1. It's good that Larsen didn't take because this would just be really good for black. So yeah, rook g1. However, I don't think Larsen saw the next move. Spassky played an insane move. Rook h1, sacrificing the rook. And Larsen has no choice but to take the rook. So rook takes, and now g2, rook f1. Had Larsen played rook g1, then black also has an amazing move here. Bishop takes e3, attacking the rook, and if the pawn took, then there's actually checkmate. But Larsen played rook f1. So rook f1, and now it's checkmate in 5 moves. Queen h4 check, and king d1. Here on move 17, Larsen resigned. But had Larsen played on, the game would have just ended like takes, bishop takes g4, king c1, check, and mate.